What's going on, guys? This is Moonchild, the Dude No Way, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Shrieker and lay out a Warlock build that takes advantage of insanely fast ability regen. I know you want to make a Shrieker, because as soon as I found out I could, that's all I wanted to do for the rest of the night. And bro, I was smacking dudes in PvP with this. There's kind of a nuance to making it as good as you can get it, and in this video I'm going to talk about that strategy so you can make the most of this when you hop into the crucible. The new aspect is called Bleak Watcher. Let's break it down. So the text states, press and hold the grenade button to convert your grenade into a stasis turret that fires slowing projectiles at nearby targets. So far this season, I've barely seen this in PvP, and the few times I do, I watch people use it so poorly it pains my heart to look at. They don't know what they can do with this, and you might be thinking, yeah, okay, I saw the aspect, it spawns a turret, so what makes it a Shrieker? Because we're gonna put it in the fucking sky, man. I think a lot of people probably wasted their grenade once trying to throw this at a ceiling, and when it fell to the ground and did nothing, that was probably the last time they tried it. But I kept at it. I knew it would work, and I'm going to show you the secret to making it happen in just a minute. So what this does is fire a volley of 5 ice bolts at any target that crosses its path, and you're going to notice pretty quickly that the damage this does is dookie. This is definitely not an Arc Soul, and I don't want you to count on that damage to do anything but tickle. What makes this incredible is how quickly it stacks the slowed debuff on a target. While you're slowed, your accuracy cone is crap. Actual booty cheeks. And if an enemy gets hit with even one of these ice bolts, you just neutered their ability to fight you back. If they take 2 full volleys, they're frozen for 4.5 seconds and it's easy claps. And remember, this is shooting targets all on its own. No involvement from you at all. It's just floating up there, freezing dudes for free. This is the base form of the Shrieker, on its own, pretty baller. I can't lie, if this were as powerful as it got, I'd still run it. But it gets better, because we have fragments to help it shine. The fragment Whisper of Durance makes your slow effect last longer. How much longer? Double. It takes the slow duration from 2 to 4 seconds, and the reason you want this is because without Durance, if a target gets hit with the first bolt of the volley and they dodge the rest, that slow debuff is going to fall off before the second volley even fires. But with it on, they're boned. That slow is going to last until the next round of bolts gets there, and then it's going to refresh. How are they going to win that engagement? Their gun's not accurate and they can't run away. To live, they'd have to shoot the Shrieker, which means disengaging from you, and that's all the time you need to put them down. If you're getting value out of this, subscribe and hit the bell for a new build video delivered to your sub box every week. The fragment Whisper of Refractions gives us class ability energy anytime we kill a slowed or frozen target, and with this build, that's basically everyone. Pair this with double bomber on your mark to shave 14 seconds off your grenade recharge every time you pop your rift. This gives you an active button to press and instantly get grenade energy on demand. More grenades means more turrets, and to further that gameplay loop, go to your vault and bust out the real ability engine. The myth, the legend, Traveler's Chosen, baby. In PvP, this sidearm gives you 1/3 of all of your abilities back anytime you get a kill. 1 kill for 33% of your grenade, melee, and rift. This is one of the best weapons in the entire game, and for builds like this, it's the real MVP. When you get a kill with Traveler's Chosen and pop your rift, you can have another Shrieker in only 20 seconds. Tier 10 Discipline is 53-second cooldown for stasis grenades, so that's like, what, almost 2.5 times faster than a Tier 10? Be honest, you ever had a Tier 25 Discipline? And what's wild is if you manage to get a second grenade before the first turret dies, you can have 2 of them up at the same time. Dude, who let this happen? So you want to take all that stuff and slap on an exotic that boosts grenade recharge. Eyes of Another World gives an easy passive boost to ability regen, and this is clutch if you want fast cooldowns but just can't be bothered to have one more thing to think about. Verity's Brow and Nezarec's Sin both give faster grenades by getting kills with energy weapons, but with Nezarec it has to be void, so what I recommend is grabbing a beer and heading over to Gambit for the new bottom dollar handcannon. It's 120 RPM, has crazy range, amazing perk combinations, and it just so happens to be void. How about that shit, right? 120s are the play here because they cover all the ranges Traveler's Chosen doesn't. You use the sidearm when they're close, and the handcannon for everything else, and the kills just fall into your lap. You don't need a special weapon because anyone rushing you is going to get slowed by the turret, mowed by Traveler's Chosen, and then you're going to hold reload and quick fill all of your abilities. And that's how it goes all game. You just keep getting more and more Shriekers. Speaking of which, to get Bleak Watcher to activate in the air, you need to throw them at something that will either pop the grenade like a bubble, or make it bounce and fall on some kind of surface. As you practice this, you're going to mess it up a lot of times, so load up a private match and put it on Mayhem. Broken pieces of walls and pipes seem to work best for grenade popping, but you can see on screen there are actually a lot of places you can make it happen. Take an hour or two and go explore a bunch of maps so you can get an idea of where to throw the Shrieker when you get back to matchmaking. And when you get there, remember that the turret doesn't have that much health, so if you're not careful about where you put it, your enemy's just gonna shoot it a couple of times and it's toast. Don't just yeet it. Put thought into where you're making it spawn. A great example of this is doorways. You can see here on the B flag on Bannerfall the way I throw the Shrieker behind the door so that as soon as enemies come through, they're getting slowed. The turret doesn't show up on the radar, but I do, so I use myself to bait them out, and anyone approaching this choke point has no idea they're about to get tag teamed. Get shit on, kid. On Altar of Flames, I see a lot of fighting going on in the fields between B and A, so I snag 2 kills with Traveler's Chosen and then aim the grenade almost straight into the air. Because I spent a few hours testing this on different maps, I know I can put a Shrieker on the rings above B, and this is just one example of the absolutely insane spots you can land these things. As I approach, I hear the golden gun pop, so I crouch behind cover and wait for him to get hit by the turret. The ticking 3 damage tells me what direction he's headed, and I guarantee he has no idea what slowed him, but now he's easy cleanup with the sidearm. Then I see the turret froze a guy behind the pillar, so I whip out bottom dollar, strafe, and hit him with a crispy 113 to the head. That's a nasty spot, right? It hits most of the field from up there, and it's pretty rare people see it. You just don't really look up there. I mean, why would you? Which is exactly what makes it the perfect spot. On Fragment, there are enemies on the C flag, so I try to land the turret in the broken ceiling, but end up missing. So as it hits the ground, I engage them to put their attention on me and let my little buddy do its job. The first guy's completely oblivious. He has no idea what's going on. The second target is forced to disengage. If he doesn't pop his barricade, he's gonna get frozen, and because of how he had to angle it, I'm able to shoot him in the side. Then I hear some douche with a vigilance wing shooting my Shrieker, so I slide up and bullet spray him with Traveler's Chosen. Easy collapse. If you want to turn your Warlock into a 2-tapping monster, and I'm talking 2 taps for days, bro, click the card on the end screen and I'll show you how to set it up. Thanks for watching. I am Moonchild of DudeNoWay, and I will see you in the next video.